ebema ya kaman for kasa boa ashow yam I remember saying that criminal label law no ewo ho no na Dr. Obeda Samoa foreign minister from Ombisa criminal label law no also ye betwa mu dia to over his dead body la criminal label law omodidi nipa bebre ebenkweku omodidi no Tommy Thompson on the criminal label law omodidi kwaku baako criminal label ade pano bebre okay say but ko for buy no obema etwam ene koya sisi aba sasa ba security law no person of the bano me ne wo mo ya adwene if you say atemdidie no a ne kasantwi no a ekoso no ayana aya ahomtepa mame ma me betena ha na me ka say Urabono region no anabono isa outside that why do you say ebia ohene baako na control bono region or bono is but uramu a no nimu abakosem no a say bono region or bono is no nkonya ni nyina obi adaneda obi adaneda obia obabia ofriba na pokasa kra ye kan no kra no oko uramu bono region or bono isa kasa yenka kasa bako yenka kasa bako se ebia wa uramu wo Volta region almost omina kanve ana se wa uramu wa Ashanti omunyina kan te se twi no but bono region and bono is kasa no krano o nafana ninko nafana esampa and kolango eyesekwa anybody dan banda ninko onne dia ne banda dan ubenya gwan dompofie dan ubenya kakala kabrono ane ahinkro abika sasem wie ye no the follow then if you enter the bono is ubenya mo so on some dialect and a different crowd then obaba benya amanten just a different group of people all together and with different history make us asem wie there was a 90s in Urabi on TikTok na some we nipa o ka some we no so ya temdidie atama awura no di me no mediri no kro ngumbo wala wobili ya boa wobili ya boa no I mean does this call for atemdidie don't end this from the cheer her up oh you know one utin diatem utin diatempa na de why you Obiri Boahen and there's another NDC ni bi onu free Bron regional onu UK atam na wura no di mi nyina also sand beto ho now this wura no eni be bos na otwe mienu mo atam a wadi Sam George atam a wadi Sam George no me aboso me nkono nipa me be makata chamtia no oka say me repeat those words kora me fere ayamaniwu mesi afim ayachiwade haram some can say words just a repetition of those one no words our kama Sam George adi Sam George atamwa rabo Sam George amana kanema me from be you kwanina anka udana woda kwanu tene and I'm at this NDC for be complaining. A good number of the NDC for complaining. So that law no there to a certain extent, and ordinarily it is a samrano, but to a certain extent, as a samrano eba. Because you find the worst corporates, yeah, or more maji or more HCC was or more NDC for ana binum MPP for na attemdidie, and there is no basis. Baba di attempts answer no mpembe brain I show one level of education. So one level of education. Umuse muraba papa for na kraje for papa for no bebre yes subane no. Mema no kura de enye humpo na manu. So I'm person this alone no ba me say I'm person this alone ba to sanitize the industry. Now na ya mamu ya kama na ya mamu so abe krabehe. Nti omka so de ba kemenyi say I'm person the criminal law. Ba ma me ma program we abramen kan bakosam. Nti nanka sem da bakosam free chiri manfa bakosam free die da no am match evaluate jura for omo baba beye wo mafashe bayire festival nana tuangama match omo obi amamodin so obekọ na obekọ akohwe bi omo yam festival no the debate goes on in Ghana this year binu bayire omna de bayire bae binu so se nya wo mo me mpesa me de me hu bewuram me redi bebre omo ba me ango na ye wo mo capital traditional capital na kai wo mo abakosam tambia na omo kase akanfo no nyina afiri mono me se kwa kase dabi mamu nkasa the Bamiango people evaluate Jurano, they have nothing in common with Bono. Historically, we show them back, they have nothing in common with Bono. But Zamano, ne Seshifono, and Arinfono, and Bali Fono, you know, Adia Wamu ancestry no share in common, I Cote d'Ivoire. They have nothing in common with them. So evaluate Jura from them. Mamin Sancha. Magasa me ma program ya men kan ba kosem men chia denchira foso omo yi omo hino toso du ni nsia nti ya ma omo ntiri nkwa ya ma
26
yes ya omo ntiri nkwa ya ma amanfo nyina tinka tutu ampa akroba akode tutu ampa so hene no hono ya ma denchira fo ni nyina tinkwa bara ai ba obahu se Denchira for no one for Denchira and perhaps Asante. Omopa Denchira, perhaps Asante, and perhaps the Guans. Omo Ghana and Finfra, Omna Nipa, Omoa man for man on Antituakotana pa. In fact, Denchira, you trace it to Vume in Volta region. Vume. Yeah, Vume in Volta region. By tradition, I'm here denchira for Vume in Volta region. By tradition, I'm here. By history, I'm here denchira for. But let me take opportunity in a memo. So denchira, obi se obi ase denchira. Omo traditional capital, the Jukwa. And you know, say Jukwa. It's the second capital. Denchira for second capital. And Jukwa, omo first capital ni abankasi so
wasa Jukwa
enya omo first capital no mfa Jukwa became the capital after the Fiyase war mpachote ne mekire na say after the Fiyase war no abibia skata na Jukwa ebinumo kase na omo pe abrofo protection na ebinim say wa mo pa abrofo protection no am de call Jukwa no because abankasia so be mo ha o
konta na se hanum no
na
meni abankasia
sa na danchi
Kesman
o mo free no
okay nation FC sports stadium no one
na mo fa ha abuakwa mo fa ha hono na abankasia so
I see.
Yeah, eti danchira yaka no nyina no. Yeah, I agree danchira is a formidable force. And that even after 1700, yeah, I think it will be 1700. Now, wamakonya ne from Bankama stew. Danchira konya no ye from Bankama stew. Then Chilafone started Ujura Festival. Then Chilafone started Ujura Festival. They played a major role. But even if you go into history very, very well, around 1300, you know, Tafonum, Kumase Tafonum, you know, any dropping, you may trace it to Denchira. Eti Denchira, so be here Denchira for Bibia, and Timber Cassese dropping for. Obiya Denchira for Bibia, and Timber Cassese dropping for. Satina ma adakwa ya dom na omukutwa ayitimi sorry minka omtwa ntimi nya no more civil ma minka no te se profane da bi we abakosemti adakwa ya dom no ma wo mo ne ntim jakarinya problem no ha minka no sa omo ma ntim jakarinya problem no adakwa ya dom no omo no chese omo ye denkyerafo mbacho hote na mechele nansi eti dencho benya bi domase number 1 1606 obenya bi fiapre djukwafo no obenya bi wo wanfie infa the wanfie people are even say wanfie for no ka say bankama stu na wo be ho afi say wo be ho eni be ho mi de mintim nsini pi me ho me ko soja rankɔhwɛ nkwanim entina abakwasam kakra another abakwasam so aka say on say guans na no ya bonwura oba akurupon na se na mesi kire mu no ya wo mo ye guans gonja fo no wo mo ye guans gonja fo nye northerners uhunu sano Ghana map wo mo wosoro no enche se wo mo ye northerners
gonja fo
wo mo fria amufria wo mo no namfo wo mo nuanom ne akuapemfo no wo mo nananom wo mo nua bi ne kodwobofo mi ayeji infa bi ne yejifo so no wo mo kroso ba se ndompofie fo no nyina ye guans gonja eye guans efutufo ye guans na ewutufo so ye guans mbacho otenem jon asebufo nye guans asebufo has got nothing to do with several akamfo abrofo akamfo nyina firibono no asebu ene ahantafo no omde onfiri nsuom santina obenya ofareja kwe ofare ni kweja history and tradition chese be free nsuom sana history and tradition chese badubo nsuom so ahanta no so be free nsuom na me yo history na yinu nyina nkakra we dey me nkakra we dey mogo no now an incident happen and I want to say lumba sister bi ebo dua oka so two for and Matisa say no omo dey akoma nsoma nkwahen now obi bisa mbi say ya nsoma nkwahen be haka but we dey masate for history asante for kuta bibi say say adwumakase kase woni adwumakase kase adwumakase kase adwoso kumawu na ebia utwim kakra ode agona baba beka ho ebeye den since 1700 till today say na 1st November 2025 mebo ebeye den say sankro no adwumakase kase ejoso kumawu na by extension kakra odi agbana kan ebeye den se obi beye sanko na bodua no a omu awura na bodua no so firi adwumakase kese ana ofiri ejoso ana ofiri kumawu a ana ofiri agbana bebe kira konsum ankwa ahene ho ampa bet eniya enibrea asante man de be hwe sa case no ebeba fam kakra. Why? Because you see, sa war na ma asante be ya asante no, the feyase war no. Sankro we nu pa na wo mo sacrifice here, and bisa me say, menka no kro pa say sankro beniwa, nka asante man betimi ay metimi aka say sankro adwumakase kese. Ejoso ane kumawu na agona metimi aka say no kro ni bia boae asantemana be chichira asantemana o be chichira asantemana obia baba wanimu baba wachiri bia boy be san kuro wenum no de moana be nyafiri asantemana nyafiri ono eya dutwam eya dutwam in the sense say wo mkohia konfanochi kohia ji ha no wa ji ye wono hono no wo mkohia yo mansika kokko no free sorobae no wo mkohia wo ji ho now konfanochi ye sagise me yankomade ansa na yetimi dankira fo na kokko na the first yankomade no gise de ohene bi hwefam for 7 days near the yawasi ni nsem near shen dudo onidi onum nsuo na sansokofo agitum for the first time no na sansokofo no wa wo ye adwumakase kese hene bia no from even 1680 the 1700 na santemane bae wa ye adwumakase kese hene bia no asante hene bia be from me wofa wo ye adwumakase kese hene asante hene be from me wofa eti konfanochi kai na asansokofo no soro ye no no say to the first case I wofa na bare ye ma bi nyese ya ono wo kwakwakoye no da amekwakoye fi so de hia nko akwadwane eho na ma sa abe no bae eho na ma sa abe no e bae ana adwuma kase asansokofo no wo mtutu fam ede ne hye ho e wo ji ha da bia sekare no e wo no ho no mo de no chefam fele na tia no mani duru ha man insa yesi nobody ya wan sisi ni nsem 7 days no aduane no nsuo and that and then ansa wa ba dokopem ajoso dokopem so de betwitwa ne nam se ye nku ti se aponche na ye nku dwana na ye nku nantwi nipa da sani o
no man ho kwan
o ma ho kwan beku no betwitwa ne nam ore ba bia nam no peta be fa dia kotu bia no man mono na ye chekere no e betere duru ho dan kumawu twinebo akodua onso kokra ne yire ampa me awa mi sa me kwa akowu ye chekere mane asante mane me kwa akowu ne yire ne ma besu ye awrade wo kwa ajaye ola me kwa ajamo ampanyina mpa so okojawo. So from 1700 to now no ebeye de sebi kafrache mesra meka o sebia mampon sebia asokore sebia he manhin bia anakromani bia no ebeye bibia whoever is the occupant of the golden stool no obe ni bubefu say no over adwumakase kese ufro fenso no fri kumawa na ko basa asa ukoye niamo ho no a na ya de uko manhia whoever is the occupant of the golden stool no onya ti ukro ni dinipa abe bibinti and that no me information o ka se odike mrebi odike cassette.
Yeah.
Do you know why asam no antiman kwa chikese odike ko pacho
adwumakase kese le fi
odike fra adwumakase kese
I see
odike fra adwumakase kese anya sam ketwa it is about na wo ka asante history no because odike ya asansokofo mpacho out na metre no ase aha odike ya asansokofo now even after the war fe yase wo no mko wieye no a wo munya ayi no ntim jakari ni ato no wo mu chichem yensa me go into details because higher fidie so bi bekasa abakosam de wo kan nyina men kan nyina esa abakosam me kan mi frantoma ni yi de chemu yensa but the biko body ni biko kokofu what you say nobody be should come makase kese eti na 1st November 2025 am no kasa sisi uko adwumakase kese ya omufra dabo achi ehwa na omo ntim jakari do omo de koma omo a say ni asanso kofo ye nti onso munye we eti wo maye bibi awa adwuma kas yes na bibi na ba ye atwa ho ahia no ba ntena wo no so ba ntena so efri say eya chiwade se ba betena so small wo no da ba ma de tim tena so ba ma de etim tena so adwanyina no adwuma kase last week we betra me kan se kire kuna dunum de no ba na nya kuna do amiti ye kwabre nti mo mfa nkyeme ambanyina no ti se wati abakose me se kwabre petebie obi aso no de no it is because of adwuma kase one from 1700 no nyina sansoko for ye no asante ahemfo na ba ye no nyina hu se no wafapa ni mpɔw na adwuma kase na no wafa no sacrifice eti so ko ba adwuma kase man hene a otumfo se tutu de second on se so otum so man hene bia o na no na so ko Seychelles awan ko no otum man hene bia ko Seychelles mpa joti ase Jordan Bonada Germany mampanyina ba no ho
yeah
otim from manhini bia but no wafa no a odi kane de ni tije akyerema no no wafa no show sa do no se to the first no so ko ba adwuma kase manhene a na ta se wa manfa hodie bi na je se utim suma no no hwa asante ahemfo no from 1700 over hwe asanso kofo ya ma asante mane ba checha asante mane a na ubono manyene no wosoma no a bagidi say nyabuo that is point number 1. Now another point is say so uba ai adwuma kase or a member of Kumasi Traditional Council asante info no from 1700 ni nyina ba hu say na adwuma kase asanso kofo odi nokore or sacrificing for Osei to the first because adwuma asanso kofo ni mu a because Osei to the first entima magidini Osei to the first no enti sadia owo gidie wo no wafa no adwuma kase hene enti Kumasi Traditional Council eso amani babi no babi am promote no da bia no bebetenam ti se be ko Kumasi Traditional Council na be ko bopo se bebe ye men se ni se ya me wafa timu die nko ade mi nsuro me wafa timu nko ade ene me da mada because as long as adwuma kase ewo ho as long as there's an occupant of adwuma kase too, as long as me occupant of the golden stew, as long as me wafa pani, as long as asase kofo no on the dinkan no beka say ye be chichira santimalo ndie mo pese mo chichira santimana ndie ma aba mo ntutu fam 7 days no food no drink etu amman hene ewo kwabre but in fact adwuma kase anyini adwuma kase no is around 1600 but heman anyini che na adwuma kase Kamai any child adwuma kase as abakoso na fama yi mo ba me be conclude asanso kofo enti ne menamo kase sia na 1st November 2025 wa fa de wa he wa bene decide pankro no tafuru faka ko adwuma kase sia se mati se lo Obiri Boahen de ba bibi be fra no dapo na ye dankyirafo na dankyirafo be hene na ye bibi na do ho de onka
all right
now okwada bo ho no a ba hwa so no wo mo ye dankyirafo asatefo no ko wo no wie na ba na ba di nipa bae no a ba de ayinu ma adwuma kase fo no ne ba ma dankyirafo no a wo mo bae no se mo mehwe so and ebi ne kwamna kuna du 1,000 nyamtuni no
omo free
dankyira after 1700 war no nti babae no kwamna kuna du 1,000 na busuafo na ehwe da bo achi ewo adwuma kase asase asan nenyum bi eza ne be ngo ne be friend asase asan dio asase abu abuja. So that is the history of the Ashantis
Okay.
Then
26. Chief.
And before 1699, then Kira was controlling the Elmina Castle and the Cape Coast Castle. 1699. It was at the 1750 or 1700. No, your friend the nose to the castle. Nose in it as if you are fear when you know. And Kratana was no. I won't some. It is our own some Nasa wote Takra de Kra. Una we Fiura. So after the war, no swinging up a D as at the phone them. And when we are near maybe a Tambiano, then Chirafono can be an 80 pipe pan in the Fayas war. Sent Tim Jacari or Swan and money Echo Bonu Fayase. In fact, it was the Fayas war in a mud than Chira. A year, ah, Nano, they want to revive or revamp Denchira. It's in my mount by me and go. No, my mount Denchira. And I say
47 minutes.
That's why we're here for historian. As a soko for a bass, and in your mammy in Bessane Benani. But it's as a soko for, but to form the national honor. But I would have said me, never son of Benan. And interestingly, but I say for 7 days.
From some woman.
For 7 days, you should talk. And upon a young and better. No bass and Benan. It was later anyway. Eddie Bosome Pena Abe every free ho.
Maybe one tonight.
Baby Abetano. Nabano da from Satin, San Abeno, El Pejasi.
What is the name of Omasamo?
Omasam Benano. Nam from Swell Hoffon and say, Bay Quano. Oh, Baba to Abenagu. I be before.
Omu you grant, Omanya be a vacant now.
Nanka baby grant can wait to where you quite no Afafana say. No more Yafafana say.
Nanka
na Benisian free. As I so for your mammy. I'm for Bashiaso. One cabacco some young Maka when you are can 1st November 2025. Ober consume Abenwo. Baba bet to Abenagu. When will be before?
Now say Omuyi is it Daban?
Yeah. No, I'm see be no possible.
Na Imantele maba we bi ntiase na na wo mumubungu na de na me say.
No, obi history obubu aguse. Sasa mbatra ha me kan ba ko semu ye.
Me kwa je say ye bu an gudi a. Ene ye move na wa have anu we. Na ye compensate mu na no ho for.
Mbatra ha me kan ba ko semu bebre ba so nya be twu aka bem ko a. Nka me ni ohene ba. Be ka so ohene ba bo Obiri Boahen kasa for don hwiri mienu. On kan ba ko semu kire ese ya.
Well, let us say Yankwanim no such meted Dianai Enkroni WONTUMI TV so we are fair on Facebook and then YouTube WONTUMI TV live. Yanfa the LGBTQ plus any kind. But as usual the other shots here to every man 5-10 minutes and sunny to us. Cameroon.
Cameroon. Yo, Cameroon. The Bewura LGBTQ in Accra. But Mabamabu Abibrim. Kasebi Samanano, some about Wabamabu, Mabamabu.
Cameroon and Cote d'Ivoire.
And Cote d'Ivoire, ne bad father, Bibia, Ghana, Kraka, and be a Mababu. Mabamabu. Miniani Dasu, a war, a Bibrim, ye can't go. LGBTQ. But I'm for the campaign party and people. As of for Babenya Sofo Babenya we. Oh, Nana don't sign MPP and sign. We on sign. Why you want to be LGBTQ is like Galamsey. We want to be in ye MPP for you ban baby in ye. Ghana Nibia in baby in ye. Nina man for the boy MPP. Thinking says this bad dear. Acha Nedu. President Mahama be pass law no hwe da bia na yadu 1st November 2025. It tells you say abibifo akrachefo binum abibifo nimdiefo binum ne bebedi ne bebenya kono obefa so obenya tumi adi tumi ni wadi sika ni wawie sika enti abibrem no fair is foul and foul is fair. Fair is foul to some African politicians. Fair is foul and foul is fair. LGBTQ atase sebraha asofo no anabe gina mu da bia na NPP anye sei mo mpaye Ghana ya Kristo man ani CS osu na be wo hemfa. And now what is Sam George kasa? So who you got who sro nyankopon na odwene nyame ho na nyame wo mu a who hwe sansem na oti house you mabu and the LGBTQ is there. And the LGBTQ is there. President Mahama minyini President Mahama betimi assign LGBTQ. Having regard to the past history, Solomon in America and the President Mahama and the rest. Minyintum. Ahuna minyini. But so who are NDC? We are leading member of NDC. Namu LGBTQ. Honorable Kujato Blackwa, Sam George. Name them. People like Captain Smart in Munina, who are very vocal and instrumental. LGBTQ. And then I mean, look at this. Look at this. I'm a Bini Sabu, before I'm on your son for being Ujibe debut. And then I may be some Casama Bamoba into Suabamuye. I'll be an hour there go through.
Tibia mimi who as much as you have seen.
Exactly. That is there. Because OTA, LGBTQ, na Kufado, na MPP4, na say, Nkramofo, Muntunti MPPO, LGBTQ, aye we say mu ohifo, Muntio, Munshamenye say, Munye we you. Ene Abambabin say, oh, I say who Abambabin of all people. Shall later days of the MPP. Abambabin Timkasa Mema. Ye way, mean ye say, ye be ye say, and ne hwe, says a law no kurawu, law no muye, law no fefe, law no yare, law no ntiapo, law no a dampaso. No, that shows how African intellectuals anybody know. Yentimin sipi, yentimin kan nokre. Amanhuna ye hunu no. Enti LGBTQ no, baba pasia. You Bampasia, you as a Ghana for no any bedi who dance here. I'm talking about LGBT Echo for Cameroon. Cameroon, yes, or Hinoa. About our moto ya or monanso ya see pobia. Meno Casa says ya pobia Geneva. Omonanso ya na need 2 days pobia ko Geneva. Cameroon abanu beat him to ahanu. Say demonstration na eguso wana yetimetena mamu pa ma ye invite problems mamman no eti mamman no kwa ahoyehim na yakokasa ye bronsam wana obaba akokasa ye bronsam na ema Cameroon na ye yana menye ni se sofo bi ana obi ko gina ba bi akokasa bronsam anya bronsam African intellectuals, some African politicians womu ya nimguasiefo Shania kosu Cameroon. Maybe we are current utie bia enye Cameroon ko. Anurachi the electoral commission in Tanzania wadwan. That we to adam beto aba no 29th. Now opposition leader no the court for treason. Ana omo adina kotum. Ana ne party no so omabane ne party no so omoma ne party no en contested. Ana mema no ne maya no tie sikrum. So electoral commissioner no any members or officers of the electoral commission board no Bajani for Tanzania. Begani yawo da numre na former president of Kenya. Now omo meeting o Kenya. Se hwani e koso wo Tanzania. Minim what is happening this morning in Tanzania. But I can tell you that Tanzania so there jadam. Tanzania jadam no ya kan nwie na wo call Madagascar. Madagascar so mama no tisi krom. Mama no tisi krom wo Madagascar no. Na mama no yese vampere na president ka se be man wo yin bere yempene. Bere soja fo nko no mko enko pamu mama no. Asoja fo nko ya bere yeso ne mama no ye na ye de. Ye ne be nyine baba be. So Madagascar, this is what happened in Madagascar. But Pambeli, it is like a maroon. It is like a maroon. And as we are talking now, no, maybe from Kenya, room or mobile road. Where ko Tanzania, more ko the better ko Boahen Tanzania for me man and in Maya, I'm a woman demonstration. Wow. That is what is happening. From now to say never seen. This is what is happening in Africa.
Link it up with Dom Levu. Asimo akwako kano. Say Mampeni John Dramani Mahama fears that say Ophelia Ghana might experience a coup d'etat because now say all hopes are lost.
Yeah, what it is not John Mahama. Whoever becomes the president, because the wind of change in Framana Airbo Abibrim say no. Mframana ebo abibre sese no ebi nkan kire obi se sabi yewu to bibi fa hwe wanu because sese no wo Cameroon adam gbegbe na ukasai ko ya onde niema wo ma hwehwe no sese ko Uganda na Bobi Wine Mika Major Uganda Bobi Wine the leader of the opposition na say okọ party na hotel bi okọ lunch keke Omakwa close to hotel no. Omakwa to Bobi Wine. So Jada Uganda sesi ameno kasei. Jada Cameroon sesi ameno kasei. Jada Tanzania sesi ameno kasei. Madagascar de jana ashi edum. And in Kenya Jeffrey Meno kasa sesi last week 16 army generals yachiwa mo Nigeria.
16 army
generals. Many workers say, na memene day. 1st November 2025. 16 army generals. Yachi womu ewo Nigeria. Awo mudem. Say womu planet. Say womu be stage coup. Ni Nigeria. So Nigeria, Tinubu ababako, Tinubu abani second term. Ni achi 16 army generals ni bedem. Na he Fabio na adebe mfanto ho. So the wind of change, blow Africa now, blow enye tuo, enye jani, enye sekane. And look at how memanu bebre chema Burkina Faso. Last week, Burkina Faso akota lupre, Burkina. Last week, Burkina Faso akota lupre, Burkina. And now Burkina Faso, ama from crash to university, free bonto. From crash to university, addition, free bonto. Oh, you know, tia ni akosio. So whether you are in Ghana, whether in Cote d'Ivoire, wherever you are in Africa, leader no your leader papa, leader no your bio kinkan, leader no tembia or your current is Obiri Boahen. Or your current leader no your make current is Obiri Boahen. Things say hey, BB besi. That is the clarion call in Africa now. So Dom Levoka say President Mahama fail you. Anya President Mahama nko. Say no from my ebono. The man I say with the advent of social media. Anu na di janu number bia no. So say am da bi African tra ho ya bro top. San da bia mo ka say abrofo no be di enya be di enyi. Enya abrofo a ayem panyimfo ya de modi nya. Now in Uganda, the first vice president is 86 years. But in Cameroon, the constitutional court no nyoya branti wom oye 83 years. Nyoya branti o. Onyini yakura ye 83 years. It is not a matter of mfie no. So where di mfie bebre ano ni mfie bebre. Because abibifo akrachefo no sabe binum wanyini no wagim a wagim. Oya ketwa no onyimi ya onyimi. Ebi so ya ketwa no wagim a wagim. So the voice now cano. I mean media be who's on can in the sense near Kosuwa bibrem no. Now so right now Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, Guinea, Madagascar. Benyina abere ba ati be ho afri EU. Benyina abere ba ati be ho afri EU. You know, just with due respect, just now a useless institution. Because you're Madagascar, send see ya man at Kroma Beya President and Casabama, a fever Bempany, Bama Soja for Benny Man, Koya Bacon. You see, be Madagascar free, EU. So, what is happening now in Cameroon? I want to say Obiri Kasao. It is only in Guama, Nkwana Wako Gradlity and Pobia. After number the Masma time and Tessa Mampany Mahama, Wako Gradletino. Now go Gradletino, one go Gradletino, Cameroon for better mano, BB Bessie, So, idea of course, I don't know. Enti, and yet, anything foot to not, I will say. Yes, I always say, Jack Atobia Bogisimwa. No question ECG. Some of these things.
One of the reasons that might trigger
exactly
the conversation that we are having.
Exactly.
Overspending their budget by up to 189 million Ghana cedis.
Exactly. Okay, that's so cool. We are Mompire any seba. But me as a social commentator, me di African seminar chino. Madam them message them film ne meshe. Ba ye kom ma ye din na meshe onyame. Because ECG, even if ECG alone 189 million. In fact, what they call for currency now, 1.8 trillion. ECG alone. 1.8 trillion ECG alone. Now Tietia Bipa ghost names pa no mo ka se we nyina me ma no ne maya no be ken kan be ye no ne enye manipa bumfu u kan SML pa u hwe Manasa Zuri the fourth estate one publication but SML without sounding prejudicial. And not sounding prejudicial, but okay, now what you want now shedding your air coswa easy jimponi maybe the whole energy ministry easy jimponi na netco easy gini na bui power. So we wo baby bia ehu ye wo mra ehu na manyofo no enhwe nhunu se sabi all over the world, all over Africa. And then near where ya no hanu we hwabaya ya na no so jani kobo no pharmacy shop yi obono we ya ni simanum kura na the whole world bi ehu hwa prosifo bi omkoje ya yi wo sampa kwanishi
yeah
and na say ni sie enti and no ayehu Uganda, what is happening in
have you heard this supposed security expert Richard Komodo on a Bayani incident?
No, say the papa ye ami general.
I say okay, mama ko he na me.
I say Abayani papa ye ami general anti
na say utimi engage soja ni no Nah.
Oh, that is with due respect, that may be a stupid comment.
Oh,
with due respect.
With
due respect, that would be a stupid comment. Abaya no papa bekano.
I want to quote him.
Abaya no wa na dwumam.
Okay, so this is what he said say, if I were the young lady in that pharmacy and a military officer walked in angry, I wouldn't talk to him. But this is a young lady who, knowing that her father is a soldier, wanted to appease, and that's why he beat her up.
So what I call a stupid comment. I repeat it unreservedly. A stupid comment. A stupid comment. Coming from a schizophrenic patient.
Schizophrenic?
Yes. A stupid comment coming from a supposedly a schizophrenic patient. Abaya no papa bekano.
Or a fraud prevention expert.
Stupid comment.
And a security consultant.
Stupid comment coming from a supposedly a schizophrenic patient. No apologies. Why? Abaya no papa bekano. Abaya no papa ye soldier general. Sanya asem we na ba ye na ye tia. Abaya no papa ti baby. Oye soldier general o mekano. Oye soldier no abaya no fa mo ne ha. Se ne papa ye soldier general. Abaya no on storm. Our storm o ye adwuma na sa ukọ. Se ne soldier ni no koye no eya. Enka soldier for no military police for mo kwa chi soldier ni no. So who nipa characters like this or say or a security expert characters like this we num banana money better about CS so no security characters like this as some we are working kure abaya was him say na sabi ka frachu yaro fan this cabinet yaro fan do na ye pro and he calls himself security Africa. When we are here, what is Trump? Ama ya withdraw Soyinka Nevesa. What? Yeah. I just said, be your current. Soyinka Nema oya ya nensa mo kan sabi nse muno di ye no. Ni don hwere Trump no mar that is leadership. That is a good society. Society ani buyewo. Society abia ntimi nkan ne ope. Hwe wa so called security expert ya hwe asem okan. Ayane da so so okay. Something I'm saying supposedly schizophrenic. Menka so schizophrenic. This is supposedly because looking at this comment, abaya no papa bekano. Abaya na bekano. So you ni na beche no waka ho asem. Onka ne beche what is okasa. Ebi kura me kasa bia na so jani no opachew. Kasa so jani ne pachewa. A security expert. Abafo. Teacher said ne bia ape. Nkwa najo. Mami nya kwa me nsa me mra ne mentasuo on characters like this. Now me ko serious issues affecting Africa and affecting Ghana. Asampa. Oh, so LGBTQ no Pascal. Now,
what do you expect to come out from
Cameroon?
This ECG management? I refer to.
Means mama means I saw Ghana because I'm highly demoralized. Men kasa ben fa ben kokoto ana. Me bisa o heneba. O heneba me bisa o. Mera maba mu abu. Dana okay na report to be public accounts committee ghost names. Nipa pedjuma ye, meme pedjuma ye, my pedjuma ye, Ghana for pedjuma ye, ghost names.
And for years,
this has been happening. And this is one institution, Paul. This is national service. So okay, what bottom no person don't say botim say what bottom na ya na man say so be new opportunity and let's create loot and share. hwe bibi a ekoshi look mama mambi former MPs bi case na medical Supreme Court yeah the coin Supreme Court bekasa that was in 2022 Supreme Court said any matter for the Supreme Court, so we should go to the High Court. And now 1st November 2025 Supreme Court judgment in the Yansan Kai. 1st November
double salary or
I'm the coin.
Monsanka judgment.
Monsanka judgment no. The highest court of the land. Now go for Chosa. All if gold rust, what will iron do? The highest court of the land, the Mupo, I saw a boy, who ban, a boy Ghana for a baba the Ghana's cat. Double salary.
So you were supposed to get a judgment, then you proceed.
Yes, sir. Step. In the courtroom, no, I'm catching say, and yeah, matter for interpretation.
Okay.
That's you fine. And your family, not just a me call high court to her. Not just a metimi agent and bibiso, send a me Supreme Court, no Supreme Court. Once again, the MPP comes in. Only say me call here for double salary, no. MPP Attorney General's office defended say any matter for interpretation.
Hey,
me donya mi hatasro. Me donya nkopone hatasro. Mema yimisika.
Was it go for dummy?
Yeah, go for dummy time. Asuna madam. Mema yimisika. Nama yisu kwa mba for abronye. Ni dini. Na mema kwa file. In fact, yenya wo mokura no.
The MPP's ages.
Me da mi kacho mi se mi donya nkopone hatasro. MPP Attorney General's office can say any matter for interpretation, protecting and defending the double salaried MPs. Menam catchro, and once again, Obiri will say many abresa, Sabi Donyan, Mississippi Donyan Kupana Hatasro. The Donyan Kupana Hatasro. Sir, I'm getting NDC timing, and Uncle Biakoji double salary, and NDC Nibidia Kokotwa. Would you say Jin Kobe Fali Bibikura? The MPP Attorney General Asudadapa filed a process in court to say any matter for interpretation. Mre Kurobe hu, Bahabe hu, na Niomi Asubate ne kankani. MPP for some Kurobe hu, Bahabe hu, Niomi Asubate ne kankani. Because ya advert naminya yenya o monsavu ye pe o masavu o mkro nya no ye ko ye expert application na court no grantee na ye ko ye advert papers we pay 10,000 Ghana cedis 10,000 Ghana cedis
for that
publication the Daily Graphic na me ka se me page am say ya because you do baby you say MPP as a party, the MPP for Binu, Bamwa party, the Bamwa system, no. Woman party, no, woman system, no. So at this age, the enemy can make us a mabamu, my pejaminsa. Me donya, copon and nano pay. As the from womb, I jabber and no yamepa. Baby donya menemenabre. The MPP Deputy Minister for Justice Attorney General Fale say. Any cause or a matter for interpretation. The Supreme Court judges say any matter for interpretation. So when even you are disappointed, hugely disappointed by the highest court of the land, no one can hear from you. No one can hear from you. And sometimes as an MPP I say, and tell this for by a sick some way dinner. Send this your boss I think I some way at it. Or Heneba and Kayatis answer winning. I think what I say, boyina, a boy, about boy, number to the cry. What from people and NDC about boy, number bre. Money na double salary. MPs I get double salary. No bidding sika, and you'll be a financier, and you'll be a sponsor yet. Me am the Missika so me and so. Me need the bia wabaninu. ena be dia ko double salary MPP bianka ho ye hwe na sati president ne daache no obi agana ha we MPP o NDC o wo ba hwa to nyama yim attorney general say enya matter for interpretation Supreme Court no say ampa enya matter for interpretation for judgment mame November 2022 to today mention kan judgment no na wa wutie me ene wa wo hwe me no wanti wababu mu magana. That was the highest court of the land. It is like because you have the Golden Age Company versus Obiri Boahen. Ewa na ye kwasavu hearing notice near the ama Felix Obiri Boahen. Then Supreme Court judges in bakwama na mafu samyare. Ndan no timika say service on Felix Obiri Boahen is considered as service on Obiri Boahen. The highest court of the land.
Who is that Felix Obiri Boahen?
No officer.
It is considered as
service on Obiri Boahen. That is the highest court of the land.
Ah, gosh.
I never. Why would the wabamu muma Ghana? Why would the nigga say, "Your current, follow Niama, and also follow Niama"? Shababi Yabedru. How can the highest court of the land say? At that time, I'm a lawyer. Felix Akosan, now Felix Afrim, my lawyer has withdrawn from the case. But you got a judgment now. Now, first Akosa Santi, representing Obiri Boahen. First Akosa Santi, me doja me.
Ah, Dabi, can I share conversation as from Mintiasi? What's it say?
Say your coin. This was a case I'm a petition the Chief Justice. Say Mati Asebi. Say Bibi Akoso. Liberty Committee. I appeared before the committee. In fact, Sir John Wayenu. Danukura committee no tenase. Abesin ne committee no report or mesin ne emaye. Committee no was chaired by Professor Kote. Yakwe abera munko na yabete munka. Ni yabete answer bara asana ba friend Supreme Court abuyamfo. Ba biamfo. Me kwaje records no hwa. Me lawyer wa withdraw from the matter for more than 1 year no. And the judges no kura nka ne docket na nhwe. Say me lawyer no kura has withdrawn from the matter. No woman say first question Santi representing Obiri Boahen. Abwadi Yankopon. This is Africa for you. This is Ghana for you. Double salary. Yekwa yesa no mbeye. In fact, Benson call say first lady and second lady. Also the woman yes say yetu omuska no. The same MPP term Attorney General file a process say woman object. Nanya matter for interpretation. But I know the Supreme Court ignored it. Then a double salary diano. After Sabraha ruling no ama judgment nama. Dear Naba, dear Nessie. Nana Akufo-Addo was the president. Nana Akufo-Addo was the president. Godfrey Dame was the Minister for Justice Attorney General. That is Africa for you. That is Ghana for you. And that's why I want him from you. At this my age.
Wow.
So you see, like the Domilevo saying it, you know, there's a wind of change blowing all over the Africa. Ghana ni bi 94 from Semi ko Burkina, ako chia Burkina Faso president. Burkina yada so kra tomatoes, Burkina yada so kra jenny. And so you are planting for food and jobs. Jenny tomatoes. Kaniye nkura no ne be de momone ne firi Burkina ba ne your friend Mosi momone wo de wan hu bi wo hene ba wan hu Mosi momone wo be so nkwa ne ye da utwa bia no de hwiehwie ja no de ato nkwanse na se na chu nkwa no mu hwam. Burkina Faso depended on Ghana for virtually everything. And Ghanaian leaders are not worried. Ivorian leaders are not worried. Leaders in Togo are not worried. They are not bothered. Leaders in Nigeria are not bothered. Toshabema no nyema oye menka say oye 100% menka sa na menka sa so da. But so ya badwemba na we nipa na wani afi. You see say look Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, Guinea, they are doing well. They are doing well. It doesn't take say we are civilian leader or military leader. It takes somebody whether soldier or civilian, whether MPP or NDC, to move the country forward. Ya ba mfie nwotwe MPP ba mfie nwotwe train Kumasi nkran train ya adwuma train President Mahama aton sabra train ya adwuma na sana ye bu mane wo betre ha so ka bara bia wo pekasa me mpekasa wa wutie mi anopai Ghana ni bia wutie mi ana obi a wo hwe bia kana kora me nyankopon se me mpekasa.
Well, let's swing the year into our own party.
MPP. Oh, MPP for
getting the party ready for election.
MPP for Omoyade. And I admire Baumia the way he's doing his campaign. No, and I also admire Brian also. I admire Brian Champon also the way he's doing the campaign to a certain extent. Brian getting to a certain extent.
You admire Baumia?
Oh yes, Baumia there.
How he is running his campaign.
The campaign, organizing himself, interactions, the demeanor, body language. So admire. Not be as a teacher, member of parliament. All of me. What's he saying? All of me. Come on, minty. As a teacher, all of me. What's he saying?
Do I have to repeat his words?
Debbie, air turning for you and for me. Air turning, any TF4. Air turning, a member of parliament and a lawyer. The first question I say, oh, you're practicing lawyer now. Now, so you're practicing lawyer, and here's a lawyer. Say, Baumia, then, or your donko. Abba! So, some people lose 2024. Sani ye nim se botrobojo binum shisha MPP sa ye ni se ya bob akwa no wi apetese wo ya se wa ba ho da bia no ya bob no bi sha MPP a whole member of parliament wo su kra ba umia nya votes che no ba umia enya votes e che no normal person say ba umia oye donko na se oye donko a ye be wo yare bunu ni ala wo yade. I'm not insulting him because what has politics got to do with slave and master? What has politics got to do? Politics is your donko. It is chieftaincy. Now once a descendant of a slave, always a descendant of a slave. That is a chieftaincy. Mamponkes in Gatti, Eko Court, Supreme Court in 1982 also. Ebi ene domase ewia domase otumfo bia 125 years otumfo se akonyana kodi abontene. Mfada bidi brekum. The title of the case in Nana Ofori Nana Ekuyamiya and others versus Nana Ofori Apia, Supreme Court of Ghana, 2018, delivered by Yapo. That is tradition, that is custom. But we are talking about politics. Let's sabi you. In some munu bi abinu beka. Amanyo sem. Na you slave. Memra from. Because me charge ya one shot. And before the war person koffer. One koffer, but umya koffer. Nya wo person wudi na chi no ye campaign man kan ye worker. After the interquafro one ato one akeka. And this person is representing a constituency. Now we parliament on nyansa sembe na beka. This is a level of thinking. Parliament on nyansa sembe no beka. Se Baumia ye slave. And this is the problem we have. me just say MPP co opposition abodo ba bia aboa MPP pa ama wo mahu wo mo a wo mo dwena MPP hu na ama wo mahu wo mo a nanka ni say ya kiwade kura so mbeba MPP anya no na ne obo ko primary school ti asema oka why don't you talk about odipa odinachi uka baumia tampo ho so uka baumia sana nesamuru wa ya mame fighter in against yaboabia samwa ana moda magene ne se so pesa wo trend ya ka bibi tia baumia obe trend I call it madness kan bibi tia baumia kan bibi tia Samira. I'm sorry, therefore, and yes, I know Boahen I am it here. But another moment say, before, Johnny broker.
They have pressed on your emotional keyboard.
Exactly. Baumianam ni baby, Niranam ni baby, wa person my namu baby, your campaign, Nipo dinachi. Oh, ya Boabia somewhere, or your partner here was I interview. What's your work to party? Obiri baby. Then, oh, Samira koye campaign man. Wo
yeah
Baumia ye pointed as spokesperson Obrida.
Yeah,
these are shameless politicians. Just say but to Benia
you accepted.
Are you accepted?
Be a spokesperson.
I can manage
for a foreigner.
And Chikasa but why we can manage nani Bonocasa you can nija. What I say? What to Naniari? The man has no sense of shame. He has no sense of shame. And imagine such a character being the national communication director of a political party like MPP. I didn't want to go opposition. Okay. Now, I don't know if you are one communication director. One communication director. If you say, Obi wa more than it, enti, as I say, Yaboabia Samoba. And then, ya Boabia Samoa from Tamam to so can somewhere now MPP. Now this anti when a number be your communication director. No, now so copy Bessenry. What your party? Who call baby? Ah, now, but we also didn't know the Okabi say. Samira didn't Okabi say. Now, near Tan Kuras, Bakukuras, Samira and Chiano. One chairman, Oko Beni, Oko Hibeni. People have no sense of shame. Munyan Guasia, Munin Fadia, Mato Tumaniare. No, we are not in normal times. We are not in normal times.
30 years or so after the Fourth Republic, is our politics, democracy growing?
Oh yes,
with the pace that is supposed to.
No. Because all these scandals upon scandals, no. Etani. Shagurachi SMLD. Oya Jumo GRE or retire no ko SML. Oya Juma Oha. Or retire no ko SML. Once SML na na kufado oyade or stop or mo say yanyin hwehwemu. But don't SML and then PDSA. Now we need a show him from you. Huh? Not just a one temu bia obi ya adwuma wo ba bia na abosom bi o change car. Wo so mfie du unchange wo car number na no a. Ntemu ofo beka se wo ye hohwini. Anso wo nye hohwini. Hwe ora ya okuja to black kwanom ne Martin Pebun kan. Ora no okuja to black kwa koye press conference say esese Ghana nye sikasi. Esese Ghana sika no himfa. He's a friend. Nyasanka west amede be mana no pe no enye west ketwa.
Na ade Boahen Samoane Koku Asante do munyo friends.
Benjamin Namfo.
My one is your colleague. Boahen Samoane is your lawyer.
Oh, lawyer.
So you are learned colleagues.
Now
do you learned?
They are lawyers. The two of them are lawyers.
But not learned.
They are learned. But they don't talk like that. And to be better now, if you the opportunity, amami, na me kasetia ebia alanche Martin. Ah, na me nyante tie pa wo me fie na me yesa. Na nyowo Asante Achimi ono yesho Kennedy ho. Na me betena hai. Ah me minim Kennedy madam foi. Na me be kasetia Kennedy Japan. How? Ana me betena hai. Na me ko so pa bra champo. How? Ana duchum how? Badwin babe na yesa. Badwin babe. Huh? Because the Kuja Tabla kwa aura buba ye fanfa President Mahama inaugurated it. Domelo him for Oja Vita Sakra Mikasa or Kram Mikako Kambi. So it is Asama.
Are they wedding also membership?
That is all around the or your operation recover all loot. It has got nothing to do with MPP, it has got nothing to do with NDC. Operation recover all loot. I know him about me also say. And this them koka ho air bonny. Me pagana ye air bonny say nya bonny.
David.
Ba me we say na be amra ho. Kwasi prat koka e. Mfa Martin Pebu kura koka no TV3. And okuja to sukura kan say TV3. So Obiri Boahen do pe ora. Me say yes in principle. Sikana be ka se be kofa ba no wahi. Anyama be ka se be koja ba no wahi. E wa hefa. Mama Ghana ye mobo Ghana ye ti se menka ne se nkura Ghana ye ti se obi anim se be ne maame awu ni papa awu ne maame awu ni papa awu na oniba na oni nua nsema ye kika ye nyina campaign tab basa uba na tete ne akoso pa sikadie sikawiya kronobo dia se na bai. Now that's sorry now what is we do ghost names. Ghost names. Huh? That is national service. Just national service. What about other institutions? Yes, then what about other institutions? What do you boom? Huh? Ya nima bibi basa. School placement ya kufa do no start no kama and the school placement untimi nka ho asem no se wa obi ju sika bra ho na betima akọ anim ho na betima akọ anim ya ba ma headmaster se mo ato aduane headmaster se ni age na aduane mo na moto o mo ni ekoso is the resetting na Ghana foke ntia no nie.
What Mustafa Gbandinka?
Hey, meten nkancho Jubilee NDC deputy. Meten nkanche. Mra bi anse NDC party no kra be din ho nansen.
Nana obeto metie no. Na me Nana Obiri Boahen quick one then ya be room on
waka asembi.
Yeah, that's
regional ministers. For the first time in the history of our country, if you go to the regions, about 8 to 9 executives of every region have been appointed into government. And if you go to the constituencies, about 8 or 10 executives of every single constituency have been appointed into some office of government at some level. Today, as we speak, 20,000 cities go to the constituency every month to service the party. And it comes straight from the president. As we speak, if you look at form and shapes of governance and governments that get formed, Ghana have never had the kind of government we have today. The support we got were so diverse that it didn't just come from NDC people. So we realized that at one time he would appoint some stranger into our midst.
Oh, Yoko for Benjamin, but he's doing forthright.
Because the calculation I am say so going by his account so far 60,720,000 Ghana cedis to the 276. And by 2028, no, about 264,960,000 Ghana cedis.
Let's not be petty about this. You know, honesty. Let's not be petty. Let us not be petty about this. And people see no opportunity. No, so yes. Some of the appointments now the man can say we
regional officers, constituency officers, or say. At least Ubenya Pabe 8.
MPP Mabi.
You appoint them from the constituency officers.
MPP Mabi, sir.
I'm not in the known.
And if a political party now say yes seat of government a command 20,000. For me, a bonny bay.
Can one say John Mahama is doing what Baumia so by 10 appointment
exactly
from each constituency.
Exactly. Mahama don't see everybody Baumia. When you get the opportunity to sit down Baumia and read his write-ups now, WONTUMI so way. Onisika woni bottom kra o wadwen pa be di bumanu woni ti.
Baumia.
Yes. Yes. Say issue here cause a mema appointment ne bi yenti bi organ handle. Ona de buy. And so say NDC be o man doctor. So Mustafa Bandi say yema we yefa we to esika. Waka body. Let us not be petty. It means that President Mahama actually said NDC party ni hwa. Or no President Mahama.
Ansini ho.
Oni ho. NDC party ni wa oni ho. It is all service. Yeah, what is wrong about that? What is wrong? Appointment 8.
Don't we have to question the source?
Question honey. What is a question Mahama Wieska? What is your because of Mahama Wieska? Let's be very honest to ourselves. Let us not be petty. Let us not be petty. Wo pencil na double salaried MPs obidia court. No when yam wabi and free baby biara. Or the one bottoms can pursue matter no. And you are telling General's office defendant say a matter for interpretation. Can say NDC. And to you say NDC na about double salary. Nanko be co President Mahama Jubilee say mama miska felis for zuko atwa say mama miska mfanko ya adverta. Nko mfa ma no. Say nko de be ma no. Let us not be petty. We need to be realistic. Mustafa Bandi show me 20,000. No be a calculation I could say. Actually say they are growing the party. Wamu party no, wamu mani nyini. Osusu nya chance no yes sir. Oba tena na people for bin Obiri Boahen we better. Menya better me sweet. Menya me sweet. Menya better me sweet. Zaba mpeno kreka.
I think this should give constituency officers, police station officers a clue about what Baumia intends doing. And then they should go and give him their mandate.
Constituency. Yaya party ni ya brebu nyina ya tremu nyina ya bonkokro mu nyina no. Yesu bibi eti Baumia na ba ya. Eti kamisu mi nya board bi nkotena so.
Kabinya.
Exactly. Nasa nyame lawyer adwuma na me ya anka ba dey. What kind of life is this? We need to be honest. Me no MPP for mo ka asem no na mo ka setia me anam ha o anam ha. And this for so ka setia me anam ha. Me I don't depend upon my money for my survivor. I don't depend upon my money for survivor. Eti yoko ofre special prosecutor free ban from your tom minim oko ka kire mo na chakra ni kise jabe se mo fro Obiri Boahen o se fa wasem ko Obiri Boahen so me friend ne o aye de So Mustafa Bandi asem no kano enye say ye jojo no, but it is a sinking one people for mahu President Mahama by mahu appointments oma a constituency regional na bi no kra de ankoja appointments a wo munya adwuma bebrave ye minimum a lot of the TikTokers ni bi no ma ye say wo manya contracts a wo moye abani ba power now or power na national offices na say woman woman appointment to boss why body. Tell me MPP national officers say no woman appointment on a board or to various boss. Tell me MPP national officers say na say ya be ma compartment ba ko twa fa what take akira me nipa di wie na nipa nkan sem nyina na kura no so baba tena ha beka no na ande davia na o kaviti ya MPP me nka bi ncha wo MPP me betra ka cho look Baumia de nyame na de naman Baumia is like the Nelson Mandela of today. Baumia is like the Barack Obama of today. Baumia is like Kofi Abrefa of today. Baumia is like Nandi Azikiwe of today. Baumia is like the Jolos Nyarere of today. Baumia is like Sasabosokama of Botswana today. Baumia is Baumia and you continue to be Baumia. And he is the Moses of the time. He is the Moses of the time. I don't hate any of the leaders. Debbie. Benina ya menamfu benina. But I don't we are saying kotoko kwa Obiri na kosi Baumia so. Now as for the MP, the former communication director, na veka setia Baumia there. Let me reserve some of my comments. A member of parliament, a sitting member of parliament. Then you are describing the flag bearer of a party, so you slave. Or you don't go. Or your friend man. What has this got to do with slavery? Common sense will tell you that I say be or a newcomer. Common sense. Oh, just be or a newcomer. But I don't know what describe will be newcomer. I don't know what describe will be newcomer. Obiane yere abegina wacha ye campaign e wa dem.
All right, we have some 10 minutes or so. Afoko enters the MPP chairmanship race.
Oh, yeah. So Oman Akwaba. But ebini sometimes your politics we must be very careful and mindful of our comments. Anya Paula Foko ya na mrebi oka say some MPP asem kraba TV so na wadum.
So na wadum.
Ayon nekan. Minim kan
we say na MPP no so say MPP ne fan ho ye na fu
afi na no dia asana aba and the thing say that it's a very good material, it's a very good person. This is because of Paula Foko meyin bonia ya na meboa. I campaigned for him in 2014 with my own resources.
Tamale yeko tamale
yeah ba mekono with my own resources. Winning. Satana me yatamale boys in the case, boys na no mudem mokoto pin. And I foko kase obeboa. Enti me man me bank accounts na me testimony. Ayeda na foko no alikiyama na boys no. Me ka bibia nan.
Me bawo. Na oye case no.
Atamale
involved MPP boys na. Ena oyese obeboa. Ti mano bank account.
Very good.
And now the man, then your bank account was leaked out.
So boys binuma wo tamale and then the boys binuma but could be a meeting kings uko meeting kings ebisa the friend Richie.
Oh
yeah,
is it Richard Mensah?
Ebesa no
double chairman
meaning there's a double chairman all meeting kings afoko crisis no be say no msi di matter mobile phone so. And they probably say, oh, me kura mrebi mkosire sike fira foku ho.
Wow.
Me ka bibia nan. Yeah, afoko num time no ne kwa na Japan num time no niema ye famu no. Niema ye famu no.
Your nephew, Zamika junior brother so Samuel Brian Boahen they na or announce an intention no of a pursue of him his praise say yenya another police post salam down.
No, I say look, politics Afoko took the MPP to court. Now Godfrey Dame was representing the MPP. And Tinami Deputy General Secretary, Nameko Court. But Godfrey Dame and LED. And I think it was Godfrey Dame and then Makokwe Jr. and the Apiakubi. He took us to court.
And the Apiakubi.
Yeah. He took us to court. 2015. You understand? And I mean, MPP, FM. I focus your bar. Or my granting amnesty. Me personally, I've nothing against Afoko. Personally, I've nothing against Afoko. But what the party went through during the focus period, and any Sami Crab period, and the Japan period, no. Nkanya some people for granted kwamna Japan amnesty no. What the party went through. But people for so my granted amnesty anya body so. But I think that look, we go kasa party we there about phone sukura a TV so anu madum no. Na say ne o say oba so be preacher man. Personally there's nothing wrong, but I just say amanya semfo. I am more ye no more kasa amadwena ne say se dane firi ho a monkasa bio ene we say ye man akwaba no ba be kan race no ho some the race no almost start here wontumi
almost start here
wontumi
Chema wontumi for national chairman almost start here ho na wugina
so ba so a as to why me will mean to win my personal decision. Yeah.
Wow.
My personal decision. But to buy anamboa. So my.
But obeba.
Well, mean to me decided if he comes up.
But so bad ya.
So bad ya.
Oh.
No. Wamadia. I'll take it.
You look within.
Yeah. Also General Secretary.
Oh,
General Secretary, no dear. Obia is good.
Better no be good. Anybody so no be good.
Man can say. Me no.
Yeah, no better make. I've heard of consultation. Dambochi so for national chairman.
You know about race in be interesting. But no, me feel say Mfia medi wo MPP yet party MPP no me a lawyer ni. Now I've been very consistent and steadfast in the MPP. So at this my age, at this my time no, maybe I remember at opinion I say me nyantoba because on tokwani sia me mananso
na beba
de baba se me sisi.
And chairman dey what
you obadia
wontumi badia you are for wontumi
obadia. I'm close now, my dear. So bad, yeah. Because I say it will be very difficult for me. So be among 2 hours in TV station or the fat.
No say you want to mean ya.
I say, now me to me better na ako campaigning against ono. Let's be very honest. Moment can no krema nyankopon. Don't feel me you. Say is a paint or by for 45 minutes crazy. Can say no betua. No be a child don't feel me you. Free bonto kapre damani nto advertise no party ene kawasem now be we are mfiri ya anam te ya me wasomasi. I don't think it to be fair. And you mean ko bia ho an mean ko bia ho anamboa mean ko bia ho an mean ko bia ho.
Oh yes, boys in because you are bought.
I'm bought of what?
With 2 hours time the amount.
Oh, but obi acha me 2 hours.
Or the acha, but to you, obeti me the aye adwuma.
After
I say oye Ashanti regional chairman 3 times.
Obeti me obia wo man person mgire nyina obia beti me. Oh yes. The MPP has the men. The MPP has the women. But in Shammo Bam Mshamo, want to name Mustafa Bandika. MPP for being the penny paper to one calculation. Me say the MPP for they have been petty. Mustafa has been forthright. All kind of creno. I'm paying and passo. Mahama buy appointment. And I go singing a madam for Gilbert. MPP and this man pick up what. And I Gilbert the name Singania. She say flag is so Gilbert.
Yeah.
Bobby Bia.
Last time I saw him.
Bobby Bia and this. Almost shower moon Kurani. And when the MPP had the opportunity, the Asian Kurani, yes, sir. People going to the scholarship secretariat for support. Sign a item share woman. People going to other places. So you need to be honest and sincere. We are not crackany, so no cranny, NDC. Menkasa Basha Benny Penny, but no, Jitum say, what the talk MPP want, NDC be MPP be, but the Nuni NDC share. Dr. Baumi answer me back. And quite is a winning way, no winning way, no winning way, no winning way. No more appointment. And MP now or Asantiacho, you're not deputy minister for
I think railway. Yeah, I think it's a railway.
Now here's Okasabi Kafrachu or Kasasia. No minister upon which is a home management of it. So the MPP should look for people who can run the party, who are competent, capable, fit. And yet the dija person in Kuminya edufudepe nya chom ya unyabia nye nantichicha. They should look for all these characters.
Right.
Because the signs are positive for the MPP in 2028.
Now say Mamema easy paint for Emra no matter so.
It's a paint.
I have taken the opportunity.
Manchester United,
Sir, I have taken the opportunity to listen and listen and listen over and over again. The conversation, the minority leader, any minia penning Evans Mensa on Joy News. I don't think would declare the support to Mawubia. And the attacks going on Alexander Afenyo-Markins, no, I think it is needless and very unfortunate. Say Empos will declare Mawubia, it is within his rights. Or a minority leader of our party, and as a MPs in parliament, or that right to declare for anybody. Mine has always been say, who declare we are, be as civil, diligent and just as you can be, so that you are part in the I am yet to see the Nipabiki can find a honey or much fan and want to say what could declare for him my hunusa and yenya betrema your home. Meme dear, meme pe crampo say as soon as see Madam A or B be declares me jina ha na se me jina ha dan say obeye nya atwom na anuma kokone okoha no abaha no akodi konkonsa wa ha no aba e chanse mu wa ha e chanse no okoha ne ade say nipa no onya wo betimeku eye sinse nipa no be che say nipa na no mokono me de me wo kwa me ho e ho na me gina dan so mbe ye sa niema no anyway easy.